health care, affordable health care for everybody. Maybe you've got a family member that doesn't have insurance, and it's a problem because you care about that family member. Or maybe it's education. Maybe you feel that we should adequately fund K-12 education and higher education, that's the engine for driving the economy. Or maybe your goal is a fair and good job for every human being, a job that gives them dignity and a chance to support their families. So it could be healthcare or education or the environment. Maybe you care about protecting Colorado's awesome beauty and the air that we breathe and the water that we drink. All right, so whatever it is, put it in your mind. Have you got it in your mind what it is you care about? Okay, all right, you can't have it. You can't have it because there is some selfish interest group that has bought the reverse outcome from this body and from Congress. The way we run campaigns with private funding for people who want to buy influence and outcomes from legislators is just wrong. It's not democratic. Sometimes I feel like I'm arguing, because I speak about this from time to time, and I'm arguing that there's gravity or that there's air, and people somehow are oblivious to the fact that the most obvious thing that in our government is just wrong. It's broken, and it doesn't work, and it doesn't work for the majority of people. And it's not what people died for in the War of Independence or the Civil War or the First and Second World War or any Americans that have sacrificed for democracy and for our country. I'm not particularly religious, but it does bring to mind Jesus throwing the moneylenders out of the temple. The temple was a place to worship. In a way, the legislature is a place for people to go to get what they want from policy, and yet it doesn't work because it's corrupt. I carried the bill to do background checks at gun shows after Columbine, and I was at some social event, and a woman came up to me and she said, you're carrying the bill to do background checks at gun shows, and I said, yes, I am. She said, is it going to pass? I said, no, it's not. I already knew that it was going to die in House Appropriations Committee. We needed 2 Republican votes, and we only had 1. So this woman, she got upset. She said, well, after Columbine and those kids getting killed and the guns coming from that gun show, that's terrible. Why isn't that bill going to pass? And she got mad. And because I was the only one there, she got mad at me. And she said, so she demanded of me, why isn't that bill going to pass? And I said, do you know who your state representative is? She said, no. I said, that's why the bill's not going to pass. The people that work in this building, work for us. There's a pyramid of power in a democracy, and at the top of the pyramid is citizens. Underneath that are people that work for the citizens, people that work here in order to accomplish our will. But if we don't know who they are, if we don't tell them what we want, they're like any other employee. If they don't hear from, if their employer doesn't know who they are and doesn't tell them what they want, then they're not going to do it. And what's going to fill that vacuum created by ordinary people not participating is an interest group that's going to, they'll fill the vacuum, but they're not going to do it for you, they're going to do it for themselves. So we can do this, and only we can do this. And you should talk to your legislators, and you should network with your own list. Because of the internet, we can do this better than we ever did before. You can network with your own list and get them to talk to the legislators. And you don't have to be shy, and you don't have to be obsequious to them. You can be forceful because they're your employee, and they need to know that. And they need to know when you talk to them that your vote depends upon their action, and their job depends upon their action, and you're watching. So thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Woo! Thank you.